In 2017, God gave me the vision that He wanted me to start a production company. In 2018, I began filming my first project, a web series, after writing a number of different scripts. I documented my process along the way because I, like everybody else, love a good success story, and I knew I would want to have this to come back on and look at to see how things were when I first started. So I'm going to share those moments that were not always so pretty. This video, recorded February 13th, 2019, was called God, I Need a Partner. Oh boy, I'm gonna have a chat with you guys today. This is gonna be I already know it's gonna be kind of a heavy one for me, so I'm gonna try and pull myself together and just go ahead and do it. Okay, so if you have been following me up until this point, you probably know by now that I work alone. I am a one-man show. I do this whole production myself. That's not to say, I do have help from my actors and actresses. They help me when we're on set and different things like that. But for the most part, I work alone, and I really do want a partner. I'm not complaining because I do enjoy what I do. I do feel I'm passionate about it. I love doing it. I enjoy it. I love writing stories and coming up with, ideas to write and just seeing it all in my head from start to finish. I do enjoy that. It's something I'm passionate about. It's a gift that I believe God gave me, and I absolutely want to see it through to the end. I enjoy doing it. I'm not complaining, but it does get hard. I mean, when you do it all yourself, it gets hard. I do believe God gave me this vision, and I'm pushing forward to try and make it happen. It's so crazy. It's like, I do believe it's God-given, and that's why I push for it. That's the main thing that pushes me to actually do it. But it was just one afternoon when I was at home cleaning up. It's like God showed me this vision of something He wanted me to do, gave me a glimpse of it, and that was it. And that was it. It wasn't until years later that I could kind of start to see it falling into place. And I'm like, oh, okay. And that kind of pushes me to keep going. But it is not easy. I do it all myself. I have to execute everything myself. I come up with the concept. I study how to do it. I write it out. I assemble my team. I gather the equipment. I scout the locations. I schedule the shoots. When that falls through, I reschedule the shoots, and I reschedule the shoots. I have to go through everybody's schedule and see when we can fit it all in. And that does not just fall into place easily. I organize the footage. I edit it. I design how I want it to look. I do it all. So it is a lot. Once again, not complaining because it is my vision. It is my purpose, so I don't expect anyone else to give as much to it as I do, but it gets hard still. Like, God, can I get a partner? Just that. And I don't want it to be like it's a selfish thing, like, oh God, I just want this for me. I think now I've gotten to the point where I realize for me what a relationship is. It's not so much of the lovey-dovey things that we see on social media, but I do think that relationships should serve a purpose. And this is even go back, if you make it to taking it back to a biblical thing, I think I see it more clear now than when I was younger and just like trying to meet guys or whatever, or date or whatever I was doing. Now it seems more connected to a purpose. Like, even, the scripture itself says, it's not good for man to live alone. That's why God created Eve for Adam. But even more so in that scripture, it was for a purpose. Like, God, if you look at, it starts Genesis 2, and in 15, Genesis 2 and 15, it says, like, God gave Adam work to do. God gave Adam a purpose. God said, I'm putting you in this garden to do this. He gave him work to do, which is where I am now. God has given me a work to do and has given me purpose. And then God also looked and said, it's not good for you to have to try and pursue this by yourself. So I'm going to give you a helper. He created animals and all. If you read down further, it's like none of these were adequate partner for Adam. So God had to create a woman, a man and a woman, to pursue purpose and do work together. So that's what it's become about for me. That, okay, this is not just for Instagram likes or anything. It's, God specifically gave me a purpose to fulfill here on earth, and I need a partner to help me do it. I was very weary about saying out loud, that I needed a partner. I needed a companion. I needed a relationship, because in this day and time, people will look at you as like you're weak or you're desperate or something like that if you say, I need a man. So I was very hesitant to say, oh, I need a man. And it's not so much to me that I need a man as I need a partner. Even in the biblical sense, okay, God has given me a purpose to do, and I need to help me carry this thing out. To me, that's what a relationship is. There's all the other relationship type stuff that goes along with it, and I absolutely 1000% want that. But at the same time, it's like, what? God sent me to this earth with an individual purpose that I want to fulfill, that I need to fulfill, and I need a partner to help me do it. God sent a man to this earth with a specific purpose to fulfill, and he's going to need someone to help him pursue it and fulfill it. And then we come together and come up with our a purpose and a vision for our lives together that we want, and we work to pursue that together. So it's all about helping to go after this thing that we're put here to do. Not so much about Instagram likes or about, I got chose, or the worthiness of being chose, or somebody want me because I'm got a fat enough, none of that. It's about pursuing what God has put us here to do, and acknowledging that we need a helper to do that. We can't do this all by ourselves, because when you're pursuing something and going on a journey of something that you've never done before, or even something that you have done before, it can be difficult. You have highs, you have lows, you have plateaus. When you have the highs, I'll get glimpses of those, and that's just enough to push you to keep going, to not stop. It kind of pushes you a little, like, okay, I'm on the right track. I'll keep going. And then the plateaus, oh my God, they're hard. They're like running on a hamster wheel. They're like, I'm doing and working and going and moving and trying and striving and all this other stuff, and I feel like I am going nowhere. It's hard in those places of plateaus. And the lows, it's just like, oh my God, did I even hear you correctly? Was this even the thing God told me to do? Am I making this all up? I'm trying so hard, and it seems like everything I'm trying to do is for naught. It's like I'm putting every bit of effort into this, and it's not working. It's everything that I try to do seems to go the wrong way. It's like, is this God seeing if I'm faithful enough to pursue it, or is this God trying to redirect me to do something else altogether? They can be very confusing, and in that place, it's so easy to give up, and having a helper there would just be like golden, And I don't necessarily want a partner that is skilled in this area. I don't want someone to come in and be like, well, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then, now what I had envisioned is no longer my project or my baby. It's now something that you come up with, and my handprint is nowhere on it. I don't want that. I don't want, someone that comes in and just overtakes it. I just want a helper. Someone that when I'm low, they can say, hey, babe, I don't know exactly how to edit this or what you want to do with the footage, but what can I do? What can I do to help you? Or just someone to encourage me and be like, babe, I know it's hard right now, but God gave it to you to do, so you can do it. Take a minute, inhale, exhale, and know that God equipped you to do this. You still got it. I know the road's not easy. It's going to be a little bumpy. It's going on longer than you thought it was going to go. You're getting more no's than yeses, but it's okay. God gave it to you to do, and you can do this. And I'm here to help you with it. Like, just that would be like, I can go on a little bit longer now to know that I have that person in my corner. And then I can do that for that person as well. That to me is just like, you know, like I want that. It's definitely hard, you know, I equate a lot, I take a lot of things back to sports just because, you know, that was such a huge part of my life. I played basketball for almost a decade. So a lot of things that I look at in life, I can look at it in an aspect of being an athlete. But like, it's hard to be the player and the cheerleader. You know, when your team is down, you need some encouragement. You need someone to pull for you and push for you. Like, the cheerleader doesn't actually come out and play for you, but if they get to stepping and clapping hard enough, it's like you start to get that little, hey, I think I can do this. It kind of pumps you up a little bit. That's what the helper is, the helpmeet, the partner. But for real though, also one of my this saying that my high school basketball coach used to say is get ahead and stay ahead. Now, when he used to say that, to me, that was the silliest thing ever, because I'm like, duh. You know, as a high schooler, I'm like, yeah, okay, whoever has the most points at the end wins. We know that. But I have since then, I apply that to so many areas of my life. Like, if you get ahead and stay ahead, it's so much easier. When you fall behind, it's hard to play catch up. It's hard in those areas of lows when you're trying to crawl your way back out, especially when you're doing it on your own. If you've ever gotten behind on a bill and you're trying to climb your way back out of that hole, like, if you get ahead and stay ahead, it's so much easier so much peace of mind if you do that. But if you ever fall back, or if you fall behind on even something, let's say like giving someone an apology, if you let that fall back too far, like, it's hard to get back to a place of even filled. So those lows can be horrible. And when you're trying to climb back out yourself and you don't have that cheerleader, that helpmeet, and you don't have that person pulling you and saying, I believe in you, and encouraging you, it gets hard, and it's so easy to want to just give up. And I have been there plenty of time in this. So yeah, I want a partner to help me facilitate my purpose on this earth. And sometimes in those low places, I even question, I'm like, is this what God has for me? Did God really tell me this? Because it's silly. This is something so basic, something so, what's it helping? Who's it helping? What is the purpose? Why did you give me this out of all the things in the world to spend my time, energy, money, resources, everything that I am and have on? You gave me this for what? For what purpose? Why? It's the dumbest thing ever. It's not helping anyone. I go through those moments, but still I come back to, I just feel that this is what God gave me. This is my thing. This is why I'm here. I heard someone say, I honestly can't remember who it was, but they say when the thing you're passionate about becomes profitable, then that's how you know it's your purpose. And profitable, not even in the sense that, you know, you become a multimillionaire off of it, but it's something that you can live off of, something that feeds you. You know, that's how you know it's your purpose. And right now, financially, this isn't profitable, but in other areas of my life, it is. So I do feel like I'm purposed to do it. And okay, let me just go ahead and be a little transparent here. Part of my prayer is to separate fear from my purpose. I do believe that a part of what's pushing me to do this is fear. And fear is not of God. God didn't give us a spirit of fear. We're not supposed to do anything out of fear. But there is that part of it that's like, oh my God, if you don't do this thing that God put you on earth to do, then what are you even here for? Why are you even here? Your life is pointless if you don't do this thing. And part of me running after it is this fear that I won't fulfill it. And I do pray that that fear part can be removed, because it's not beneficial. It's not necessary. So I'm praying that that is removed. But I do feel very strongly that, you know, I'm here for this. So with everything in me, I gotta get it out. So since I am here by myself doing this, for the time being, until I have a partner, I do have to encourage myself. There is a scripture where is it Psalms? In Psalms 13, David is like so discouraged. He's like, God, how long are you gonna let me suffer like this? How long are you just not gonna rescue me? How long am I gonna deal with this? And just how long? When am I gonna catch a break? You know? But then there was in 1 Samuel, I have some notes here. In 1 Samuel 30:6, it's like David, everything that was going on, everything just coming against him, and just people trying to attack him and overtake him, all this other stuff. It says David encouraged himself in the Lord and basically said, okay, now God, what's next? So that's where I'm having to be at this point. I'm having to encourage myself and say, okay, God, what's next? What would you have me to do next? That's where I am now. And as of right now, I'm using, you know, having to go back to the scripture to find encouragement. I'm listening to Dr. Miles Monroe, who I didn't really listen to him much when he was alive, but his words are definitely like still living after he's gone. He is like a national treasure. Like some of the things that I'm learning from him and just the way God speaks to him and through him and has him relate, it's just like, oh my God, this is absolutely what I need at this time. And also another thing I'm using to encourage me, there is one night I heard this song a long time ago, and it just came to me maybe last week while I was at work. It's a song by the artist Tweet, where she basically just says over and over, I was created for this. If you have not heard it, I'll have to link it in the description. But that song, as simple as that chorus is, I was created for this, it, like, that thing builds me up. It's like, as hard as it is, you were created for it. Like, this is yours. It's for you. It's for you to do. God put it in you to do. God didn't just get bored one day and say, oh, I'm just going to create Sandria to go down on earth and do something. No, God specifically created Sandria for this. And to just hear that over and over and over with her beautiful melodies and harmonies, it's just, it's very much an encouragement. So I'm using those things to encourage me to keep going, because it's not easy. Very much been in a low lately, and just having to encourage myself to keep going. It was very hard for me to make this video. I just didn't want to, but I do firmly believe that, you know, if there is something that I am going through, something that I'm dealing with, then there's at least one other person in the world who is dealing with it as well. At least one other person, and it would benefit them for me to put this out. So, yeah, my prayer is still that I get a partner to help me. God, I've said it out loud, God. I've said it out loud now that I'm no pride there. I do want that to help me to continue to pursue this thing. Hopefully by the time I post this, season 1 is already out. You've already seen it. You love it. You're supporting it. You're sharing it and showing your friends, and it's just doing great. And maybe somewhere in there's been a guy that's, you know, brown skin, between 5'10", 6. I'll go up to 6'2", but 5'10" to 6'1" is kind of a sweet spot. Who also has a purpose in life that he's pursuing and needs to help me. Who is attractive and sexy and hot and fine and cute by my standards. Is fun and funny and is adventurous and is financially stable and wants to pursue their purpose individually and a purpose together with me, and loves God and talks to God about their plans for life and maybe their plans to hopefully meet me one day. If you see me, I'm just saying, hit me up, because I do plan to make a season 2, and I could use a partner. But in the meantime, between time, watch the next video. Support your girl. I love y'all. Bye.
Listen, I know this video was kind of long and rambling, but hopefully I said something in there that you got something out of. I just be in my feelings sometimes and I gotta get it out. Anywho, follow me on Instagram at Sandria_is. Subscribe to my channel. If you actually did sit through and watch the whole thing and you liked it, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and let's talk about it in the comments. And then also click to watch the next video and I'll see you back here next Thursday.